We are reporting live from the cafeteria in high school on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we're going to see what the students have to say about Martin Luther King Jr.
He was a civil rights activist. I think his most important contribution he made to the world is making people at that time see differently, see the political and civil aspect of the United States differently, and he really revolutionized that part.
Definitely his revolutionary ideas in the face of so much oppression that took place during that time.
Make sure everyone has their own perspective and lets everyone have their voice be heard.
He was an amazing civil rights activist throughout the 1960s. During the civil rights movement, he paved way for equality, and he paved way for the end of segregation. He paved way for the rights of all Americans, not just black people, but for all minorities and for all people in general. He was really an amazing activist.
He did a lot for America, and he did a lot for black people in general. He helped advocate for them and their rights. I think he's top 5 greatest people of all time.
A lot of people mistake him. They think he was very peaceful because the quote that people know about is "I have a dream," but actually he was also very radical with some of his opinions.
He advocated for equality.
What's the most famous thing about him? What's the most famous thing you know about him?
I have a dream.
Can't possibly make the cut.
The fact people loved him and all that stuff, and just how he really promoted in a sense of peace for all the population, America, even around the world, people loved him and his idea of just really save this world in a sense, save America in a sense, but not really.
Just that he promoted equal rights for all.
He was an activist.
A civil rights activist, and he did a lot of stuff for the African American people of the States in the 50s and the 60s.
Great person to push unity in the United States.
I know he was an activist for civil rights, and he got some acts passed. He's a very good speaker with his "I Have a Dream" speech.
It's beyond words what he did for the African American community in the U.S. In the 60s. The change that he brought to civil rights is really unimaginable, and it's always so crazy to think that it just was 60 years ago when African Americans finally got the rights that all humans deserve. Really an amazing person.
He is a black activist, I think. Yeah, and a long time ago, 1940s, 50s, 60s. Yeah.
I think he was a very influential figure in the American civil rights movement, so I don't know, he was a great guy. And then he got assassinated, which is very sad.
He helped a lot with the liberation of the African American people in the United States of America. It was just a good thing for a lot of people. It gave justice and liberty and freedom, just what America stands for, basically. Yeah.
What's important to you about Dr. King?
To respect his legacy by doing service and trying to appreciate the progress that he helped make.
For me, he shows that you can always find a peaceful way to get through to people, and that you shouldn't give up when people are trying to oppress you. Yeah, he's a really big hero.
Happy birthday, Dr. King.